The following podcast you're about to listen to is brought to you by the Push Start Media Network, where everything you do in life begins with pushing start. Another edition of the Sports Your Enthusiasm podcast, brought to you exclusively by the Push Start Media Network. I am your humble host, Bryce Benjamin. Unfortunately, on this episode, wasn't able to have my co-host in the house, Ed Reuter, for this particular recording session. But nonetheless, we did have my guy C Ham come through, and we got together and just kind of shot the shit about basketball, like what's been going on around the NBA, what's been going on with the NBA playoffs, and kind of gave our thoughts on the bubble, and just had a nice, good old fashioned barbershop style conversation about basketball and these playoffs and Luka Doncic and LeBron, and simple as that. We kind of was just like talking, and then it just kind of started recording. So you're going to notice when we go ahead and get over to the episode. But other than that, man, it was a good time. Really enjoyed myself. Shout out to Christian. And guys, make sure you go check us out. The PushStartMediaNetwork.com. Tons of great content for everybody out there. Video gamers, anime lovers, sports, we're on there. There's literally a podcast about Power Rangers, man. If you want to live a little 90s nostalgic era, or if you just love Power Rangers, man, go check it out. But tons of different podcasts, tons of different content, everything on there for literally everybody. So, go check us out. PushStartMediaNetwork.com, PushStartMediaNetwork.com. All right, without further ado, I'm done rambling. Let me go ahead and let's get onto the conversation that I had with my guy, Christian Ham. It became more so like, okay, all right, we got that out the way. You back to being like LeBron. You back to being like just everybody.
I'm just here to play.
Exactly. Exactly. And then he went back to Cleveland. Are we recording?
Hell yeah.
I'll bet. We went back.
I jumped right in. I don't waste nothing.
I respect it. We went back to Cleveland, and then, he got that championship for the city, and it's like, yes. Like it was just, that was like
just beautiful.
Yeah, the moment.
Beautiful moment. I felt like that was necessary to solidify his career, just period. Just like his legacy. Like, right. Especially given the lack of championships in that area. Like, yeah, he brought something very important to that city.
Yeah, he did. If they didn't have a championship in, I forgot, it was like 40
or something years.
50 year drought or some shit like that.
And that was just that was not just basketball. That was just like teams in general.
Yeah, the whole city of Cleveland. It was just like dark,
just dry.
Yeah, like the football team always sucked.
Yeah,
well, since they came back into the league, the basketball team was always bad until LeBron got there. And then all of a sudden, man, he comes back and he gets that championship to that team. Like, and then that whole sequence. Like, first of all, think about it. They took out the 73 win Golden State Warriors, the greatest regular season team of all time. Like, they was down 3-1.
An impossible thing that has never happened before.
Right. And then that game 7, like all the sequences. And let me ask you a question. I'm going to get your honest opinion.
Yeah.
I think it was like the last 2:30 or whatever that may be. But the sequence I want to talk about is the Iggy fast break, the block by James. All right. And then 2 plays later, the Kyrie shot over Curry to base pretty much like ice the game. Coffin. Yeah. Do you think that's the greatest sequence in NBA Finals history? Like that full sequence right there.
It's very hard for me to even think of another one that comes close.
Because another one that people will argue with is the Ray Allen shot.
In Miami?
For Miami. Game 6 against San Antonio.
Also, another one. Wait, no, that doesn't count because that's not finals. So, scratch what I'm thinking.
What you thinking?
I'm thinking because I'm also thinking of that Derek Fisher play for the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals to take us to the chip.
Okay. When against Sacramento?
Sacramento.
Okay, yeah.
That last second, we had like 1.6 on the clock or something like that. He made that. That was one of the nicest little sequences I've seen, because on the play right before that, Kobe got the steal. Was it Kobe? I think it was Kobe got the steal on the inbound.
Okay.
To set that up, to call the timeout. And then that led to the quick inbound play, Derek Fisher hitting that bucket. So, like, that's another one, too.
Yeah, man.
But it kind of discounts it because it's Western Conference Finals. It's not the finals.
Right.
So, like, I definitely think that whole sequence, you just can't make that up.
That shit was like
that was so legendary.
It was like a movie. It was legit like a movie.
To be watching it, like, I'm literally getting goosebumps right now thinking about it, because I was watching that in real time, and it was just like, whoa. That's like one of those, like the commercials always talk about, that's one of those where amazing happens NBA moments right there.
Yes.
Like, that's the commercial. Just give me that sequence, and that's the commercial.
That's a fact.
Put where amazing happens at the end, commercial done.
That's a fact.
That's it.
Man, like, just thinking about that was one of the best game 7s I ever seen, period. Like, any sport. And like you get the block, and then they got the perfect call. They got Mike Breen on the mic, man. He's perfect for the scenario.
Amazing.
He's not missing a fucking beat. Block
At all.
by James. And then Kyrie comes down over Steph Curry, MVP, unanimous MVP at that point.
He said, "Oh yeah,
yeah, crossed him up, bang! He hits it over Curry."
Bro.
By the way, Kyrie is fucking Curry up that whole series.
That whole
people don't talk about that.
No one wants to talk about that.
Yeah, he was fucking Curry up.
Yeah, he was giving them the beats.
Yes, he was
giving them the beat down, and
yes,
nobody wants to talk about it because they give Curry all this credit for being a high level defender because he gets in the passing lane really good and gets steals.
Right.
That's not a good defender.
1-on-1, he couldn't do nothing with him. He couldn't do nothing with him. Yeah, he's getting torched.
You ask me, Kyrie has the number one handle in the NBA.
He might have the number one handle ever.
I agree with you.
I don't think I've
never seen anybody move how he moved.
The way he's able to, it's like watching street ball damn near in the NBA.
You want to know one of his secrets? I read a little interesting article about it, about what he used to do when he was younger.
What's that?
He said the reason why his grip and his handle with the ball is so good is because he used to wrap a plastic like Tops bag around the basketball when he was practicing his dribbling drills.
Oh.
So his hand would be even more slippery.
Right.
So he had to go that much harder to make sure he clasped and grasped at the ball because it had a plastic bag on the outside of it.
Right.
So
that's some Goku shit.
I was like, when I heard that, I was like, yo, this dude.
Yeah, that's some next level shit.
That's some Kobe Mamba mentality type shit. And he was a teen doing this. He was like 15, 16 years old doing this.
You know what? It makes all the sense in the world now.
That's why his handle is so disgusting.
It makes all the sense in the world.
That's why he could go way out there and just snatch it back like a yo-yo. It's like...
Yeah, the thing he'd be doing to get, because he's only like he's listed 6'3", but Kyrie's 6 feet 6'1", maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Like giving him a nice little boost.
I'm looking at him eye to eye. Like I'm 6'1" myself. I'm looking at him eye to eye.
Facts.
But the way that first of all he's able to get to his spot with his dribble moves. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, he hits you with a dribble move. Okay, you defend that. He hits you with a counter dribble move there. You ain't getting that one. And then the way he's able to finish amongst the trees.
That's what's so scary.
It's amazing.
Acrobatic finisher on Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Like,
purple badges.
Like,
yes.
That's what it is to me. His ball control, his control just with the ball in general going to the bucket.
Yeah.
It's never like, his arm sticking out randomly. It's just everything is intentional. Yeah. It's just like
he got
very technical.
He got complete command of it.
Yeah.
Complete command of it.
And my favorite thing about him is his ability to just switch direction.
Yes. You
shouldn't be able to just stop going one way and then go right back the other way just as fast. Like that's like an anomaly to me. Man. When I see that, I'm just like, how do you stay in front of that?
It's his ball, his shiftiness, his athleticism. Like he's able to combine that into one complete package, man. And
it's crazy.
Like he's him. I hope that he can get healthy first of all because he's having injuries issues over the last couple of years. But him and KD. If KD can come back healthy, there's a lot of ifs there because he got a torn Achilles. That's nothing to play with.
That's tough.
But,
especially a man his size.
Right, exactly. Like KD's damn near 7 feet tall. I think he may have to modify his game a little bit more. Agreed. I think like from KD these upcoming years,
he's gonna have to shoot a lot.
I think you're gonna see more shooting, and I also think you're gonna see more post ups.
Agree. I think why don't he do that more anyway? Because the way he's able to just extend with his jumper, he's so much taller than
nobody
everyone.
Can block his shot.
Yeah,
like he's going to be able to get his shot off against literally everybody.
He need to go train with Dirk.
Yeah,
for a summer.
I think that is where his game is going to transition to more so.
He need to just go train with Dirk for a little bit and work on his post game, because Dirk has that unique length like he has doing his post moves.
Yeah.
So like I don't think he would benefit from training with somebody like Hakeem Olajuwon. I don't think he would benefit. I think
they're
Dirk
two different post games. Yeah. Olajuwon had,
it's more assertive. It's more strength.
Right. He had the dream shakes. He had the shimmies. He had the up and unders. And Olajuwon, he had post moves for days. When Dirk came in, he brought a different element because he's a 7-footer that can shoot threes. And then he could drive to the rim, but that first of all, that fadeaway, that one-legged fadeaway, nobody can block it. But then when he developed that drive to the paint, stop at about 14, 15 feet, and then do that fadeaway from there, that joint was elite. He was fucking Miami up that series.
He's 7 feet tall doing that.
And 7 feet tall.
It's like, how do you stop that?
Unguardable.
Especially back then when he was little.
Right.
They were small back then.
Right, exactly. So, like they had nobody. So I think KD, if he can, and he's got that. He's got the skill set to be able to develop that.
Absolutely.
I think you're going to see more of that though coming up because, and then you try to put a bigger guy on him, he could blow right back. So
not only that, I think something that KD probably will be working on in this time that he's been off is his upper body strength.
Yeah.
Like I foresee Kevin Durant coming back a lot less lean. I see him being a little bit more looking like how Giannis looked that second year in the league. Like when he started to like fill out a little bit more. Yeah. Not getting like huge, but like I feel like we're going to see a way more built Kevin Durant than we've ever seen.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. Especially.
And he's going to need that if he's going to be in the post a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say that. Just about to say that. I can see that 100%.
I hope that's the way it goes. Fingers crossed, because I would love to see that. It makes me think of like when Melo decided to start playing power forward more in New York, and he started putting his back on people and just using his skill and his size. I think it's going to be like a way more like ridiculous version of that.
It's the Brooklyn dynamic is interesting because you got these two players. You got Kyrie, you got Kevin Durant. Now, if they fired their head coach Kenny Atkinson this past season, and I read a report that they're going to throw like a Godfather offer to Greg Popovich to come be the head coach. Okay, so if that happens, which that would be nuts.
I just want to see it.
That would be nuts. Like you got arguably the greatest head coach of all time, top 5, compared with Kyrie and then Kevin Durant, and then you got Karis LeVert. You still got Spencer Dinwiddie. We see what happens. I said they still trying to say that they want to get that third star. Like out here, Bradley Beal. So my man Xavier, he's mentioned into a trade to me on Facebook with like they're trying to look at Joel Embiid to try to pry him away from Philly. And we'll talk about Philly soon too. But I
don't like that one. I like the first one better, Beal.
I think that I think people get.
They don't need it.
Yeah, I don't think they need
Karis LeVert is that third star.
I like Karis LeVert, man.
He's good.
Because, the concern with him is that he needs the ball. Like, Karis LeVert is at his best when he's able to operate with the ball in his hands.
Okay. All right. I'll solve that for you right now. Bring him off the bench. Let him be the sixth man.
Yeah.
And he's running the floor with the second unit.
Yeah. I think that could be
solved.
Because I think, like, I'm thinking of Brooklyn's lineup. Like,
if you start all three of them.
If you bring in, like, Karis LeVert and Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench, and Dinwiddie don't mind coming off the bench, I think he
produced off the bench.
Exactly.
I feel like he plays better off
you
the
bring in
bench.
Karis off that, like, that could be a crazy second unit.
I agree.
Like, you got Kyrie, KD, you probably got Joe Harris in there to space the floor. You got DeAndre out there, or you got, Jared Allen. Like, that team could be fucking scary. I'm telling you,
that second unit will be able to contend with anybody's second unit.
Yeah, and people don't think about that in basketball, man. Like, and like the starters is good. Like, you definitely want to have a core 5 at your go-to. But like that bench unit could be the make or break of a team.
That's literally my secret when I played NBA 2K My Team. People think my best players are my starting 5, and that's where I trick you. My starting 5 are just my players that I play the most consistent with.
Right.
Like, I just have good synergy with them. I know what they're going to do. I know what they can't do. And I know that no matter what starting 5 people put out there, they're going to be able to hold their own.
Right.
But my beasts, my savages, my Zion Williams that runs point, my LaMelo Ball, they all come off the bench. My Giannis that can run point, they come off the bench. Because, like, I want people to think that, oh, all right, I've played this starting 5 before. Yeah. Because I got, usual suspects in there. I got Kawhi Leonard. I got Pascal Siakam. Right. I got people like that. But my bench is crazy.
The bench could be the make or break of it. Think about all the Spurs championships.
Like,
come on,
their benches, like Manu Ginobili coming off the bench.
Manu Ginobili is